This is the somewhat nondescript plaza in front of Iglesia Santo Domingo, one of the 4 churches that form the quadrant of Old Town or Old City. What's kind of impressive are these 3 tri-buses, if you will. I've seen double buses, lots of, but I think this is the first place I've noticed any 3 buses. Small street that seems quite pretty and active called Espejo, E-S-P-E-J-O. Now we're looking away from the center, back up on the hill where my hostel is. Now I'll walk down here and back up the other side just because it looks interesting. Just bought some chiclets for 15 cents. A couple of them in a little box. And saw this. Probably pretty in its day. Now it's looking tawdry, of course. It was a heavy architecture. Cement based, but probably looked pretty good with all the detail. I'll walk back up, go across the street, see if there's anything interesting. Walking back, I realized from the facade what this building is. It's an old theater in the days when theaters were great. There's the ticket booth. Here's another pretty building, pretty entryway. We'll get a closer look at it, and the building behind me. When this was maybe in a more important street than it is now. So it's not just a throwaway pretty little street. It intersects with Plaza Grande. So it has great roots, I'm sure. This is a pretty building. The San Agustin Church, which forms, I think, the northeast corner of the quadrant of Old Town. Notice the cross outside for the indigenous people. Fairly elaborate confessional. This church artwork is very interesting. Very kind of novel, subtle, soft, pasteled, yet beautiful arches. Interesting. These side chapels seem like the church we looked at earlier, with what seems to be almost a heavy, false, dead gold feel to them, not the brilliance that you often see in churches. And I wonder if these large altar-like boxes at the front are in fact sarcophagus. I always love street musicians. They've turned an avocation, a hobby, a passion into a way of making a little cash. Looking down the street seemed to be a lot of activity. This seemed to be kind of interesting. Also, I was curious what the area across the street was. Not much really. Small little micro park. I'd love to find a place that sold something for my Canon, but I think the cameras are too expensive for them to bother carrying batteries for them. Another little town square, somewhat nondescript, but containing apparently a cultural entertainment or musical center or structure. Some folk art. Notice these polished shoes from people touching them. I get a kick out of little structures that people have managed to sandwich in between two buildings in time. Looking up at that building, you can see everything is in a process of evolution, change, turning over. It's the second time I've eaten here. We came here with the guy yesterday. We're Fanta. The soup with avocado, cheese, rice in it. Sometimes you get it with chicken, but not here. And then this is a sauce that you put on. I put some of this orange sauce in, whatever it is, or spice in it. Just one little half a spoonful, and boy, it spice up this dish. And this is my mama when I am here, right there. Yeah, of course, my Fanta. That's good. Gracias, gracias. And down here you can get what that man is eating is fish, and if I knew what the fish was, I might eat it. Probably wouldn't hurt me. I had a little bite yesterday. Very, very good. Very tender with a lot of spice in it. Here in a large city, this is where you come to eat, not only inexpensively, but well, because there's lots of food, it's inexpensive. The people here either survive on their reputation or they don't, because this is not a place, as you can see, where you see tourists. There's the fruit market over there, and way down there is vegetables and meat. We'll see it a little bit later. Twice since I've been here, there have been two men come down separately with their clipboards talking to the owners of these little establishments. I don't know what they are, tax collectors, health inspectors, who knows, landlords. This old man trudging up here has a grinder in that heavy bag for grinding knives. Where he just goes throughout the neighborhood slowly doing it wherever anyone might want it done. But it's probably a pretty heavy bag.